Hi guys, it's me Shanti. Today we're going to film a labor and delivery story. We did film a vlog, so if you haven't seen that already, I will leave it in the description box below. We're gonna just get right into the video because it's super late at night and we're tired. So basically at 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and 6 in the morning, so every 2 hours, the day before that doctor's appointment, I was having like really bad pain. Didn't really think that they were contractions because they weren't what I was expecting from how people described contractions. So I went to my doctor's appointment. We went to my doctor's appointment. They checked everything. They said everything was good and told us we could schedule an induction or we could wait until the following Tuesday because they wouldn't let me go more than 42 weeks. We had like discrepancy with the due dates, so I really could have been almost 42 weeks at that appointment, so I decided to be induced the next day. So that whole day I went to sleep, and to try to avoid, I continued having those pains, but like I said, I didn't know they were contractions. So I think I texted him saying like I'm in so much pain and I don't feel good. But
yeah, and I told her to go to the hospital.
And he was telling me to go to the hospital, but I didn't think they were contractions because I've been having pains like this throughout my whole pregnancy.
But then her water broke.
So yeah. So it's like 9 p.m. and I go to the bathroom and my water broke and it was green. So I knew at that point that something was wrong, and I was scheduled for the induction the next morning, so I really wasn't completely prepared. Like I had it set that I was going to go to the doctor in the morning or go to the hospital in the morning, and I texted him and I told him that I had to go to the hospital and I thought my water broke.
So at that point I closed the store.
Yeah, he closed early.
And I just hopped on 75 and shot down. You know, by the time I got to the hospital, they checked her. She was probably like
I was 2 centimeters
dilated
when
with
I got
like
to the
70%
hospital.
effaced.
He wasn't there when they first checked me. I was 2 centimeters when I got to the hospital, but I was only 1 at my doctor's appointment that morning.
Right.
And they said my water definitely broke and that there was meconium. That's why the water was green. He came after I got a room.
Yeah, I came after she got her room. I got to the hospital, and it was just a really long night. She wouldn't completely dilate. It's like half a centimeter there, you know, a centimeter. We ended up getting to like 3 after like 4 hours. After that, they gave her some meds.
I was holding off on the epidural, so they automatically, by the time I got to my room, and they checked me, I was 3 centimeters, so they offered me the epidural. It was like maybe 12 or 1 a.m. at that point. And I really didn't want to get it because I didn't feel my contractions and I wasn't in that much pain. I was in pain, but like I didn't feel like I was really having real contractions. I decided to get the epidural. They told me they could give me something that would take the edge off, but also they said you didn't want to wait too long, so I got scared that I might not be able to get it and I might progress really fast. So I decided to get the epidural at 3 centimeters. And he was there and he watched me get it.
I feel like it was really, really, really scary for her. If she would have saw the needle go in her back, she probably wouldn't have done it. I feel like it could have helped her a little bit as far as pain goes, but she definitely still felt all the pressure and all that.
Yeah, his face freaked me out.
No, the needle was huge.
Looking at him, looking at me, he was like horrified. So that automatically,
but like,
yeah, like
her,
the way he looked at me was like a look of horror.
Yeah,
so,
because I know her. Like it's just like if she would have saw that, she wouldn't have took it. Like,
yeah, so I never looked. We didn't get any of that footage like on camera, and I'm kind of glad because like in the future I would never want to do another one if I had saw it. Like I didn't look up videos or anything like that.
Right.
So after I got the epidural, the nurse told me to try to get some sleep, but it was kind of hard because I could feel my contractions still. So like I wasn't able to sleep. He went to sleep for a little, kind of.
On the floor.
On the floor. You guys saw that in the vlog. There was like some pictures of that. And then so did my sister. and they kept coming in and checking me, and there was no progression. The doctor said that if I didn't progress to more than a 3 by 5 a.m., they were going to give me Pitocin to kind of help move the process along.
Yeah.
So they woke us up at 5 a.m. We did sleep a little bit, and they said we're going to start you off with some Pitocin. So they gave me that, and long story short, it didn't really do anything for me. I stayed at 3 until about 10 a.m. And at 10 a.m., my OB, like my actual OB, not the OB that was at the hospital, came in and checked on me and said, you know, okay, you're at a 4, and hopefully you will progress a centimeter an hour from this point forward. And
really at that point, she jumped from like 4.5 to like 9 within the hour.
yeah, so the doctor said he was going to go do surgery, and he's like, I'll be back in about an hour and a half. Hopefully you'll be at a 10, but you probably won't, like joking. And I was. So they actually had to call another OB to have him there just in case, because they thought that I was going to go into labor before the doctor got back. So, yep, I jumped from 4 to 9 within about an hour.
And then
I had like 30 minutes till I hit 10, but I kept telling them that I felt like I was at 10 and I had to push, and they kept saying no and trying to make me do different positions. And I just felt like this really weird, I don't know how to describe it, just a weird feeling like I had to push, had to go to the bathroom. And I kept like describing to them how I was feeling, and they're like, oh, it's normal. So I started pushing at, what time?
Like 2?
2?
Yeah, like 2 o'clock.
I thought like...
Because you were actually only pushing for about, what, an hour?
I guess.
Yeah.
So, they start setting everything up, and I started to push at, he said around 2.
Yeah, like maybe like 1:45.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I started pushing, and basically they gave me oxygen. They said that, what was it? Her heart was dropping.
Her heart rate was dropping. But like,
so her trying to get out was like a really
difficult process.
For her. And they think that her head was
turned
the opposite of what it should have been, so like facing down, I think, and pushing on my spine. So basically it felt like forever. Like honestly, I don't remember anything, to be honest, throughout the pushing process, because I was so out of it, and I was so thirsty, and they wouldn't let me drink water, and I hadn't had water.
This girl made me sneak her in a freaking what was it?
What Mountain Dew?
I forgot. Mountain Dew? Snuck it in.
Water? What was it?
No, it was something. I don't know.
When he went to eat, like at night before I got the Pitocin, I had him sneak me in a little apple juice. It was apple juice.
Yeah.
Because I was so thirsty, and he only let me have a sip.
Barely.
So I went over 12 hours without anything to drink, just ice chips. So I was so exhausted.
But the whole point of like when it got to the point where she was pushing, and we were getting closer and closer, and like just the sight of that actually happening is just, it's not even explainable. Like anybody that plans to have kids or is about to have a baby girl or a baby boy, like the dad, when you see the head coming out, like it's just such a, it's like unexplainable. Like as she came home, as she came out, it's just, you're in a loss of words.
I don't remember,
kind of experience it is.
I remember her coming out, and thank God we have the vlogs, because I can kind of like, it takes me back, but I didn't see her come out, obviously. So the doctor actually did reach in and pull her out a little bit at the end, because I was pushing, but it was really hard for me to do it. They make you do 1 to 10 3 times.
Oh yeah. She did well on that too, though.
That was the 3rd time. It was really hard for me. Like I was like, I can't, I'm done. So basically, the doctor at the very end, when she really started to come out and it got close, kind of reached in and pulled her out.
Like literally right at the end though. Like she basically pushed her out on her own.
Yeah, so the doctor pulled her out a little, And that was that. And she didn't cry right away because, like I said, she had the meconium. So they said that she may not cry right away, and that might necessarily not be a bad thing because we didn't want her to inhale any of that.
Right.
She did cry, I think maybe like 30 seconds after. And I didn't have any tears or anything like that, so I didn't have to get any stitches. And then they let us have skin to skin. He got to hold her, you know, everyone got to hold her, and then they took her to the other little side of the room and they measured her and weighed her and all that. And she was 8 pounds, 12 ounces, and 20.5 inches long. So she was a pretty big baby, and we were not expecting her to be that big. So yeah, that was her labor and delivery story.
Beautiful.
I'm glad that we got to sit down and film this. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos from us and give us a like. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.